Keep listening to English every single day helps improve your understanding and speaking naturally. It trains your ears to recognize words, sounds, and phrases. Daily practice builds confidence, vocabulary, and fluency. Stay patient and consistent. The more you listen, the more confident you'll become in speaking and understanding English fluently. When I have a little trouble saying something in English, my teacher helps me. Learning English is an exciting journey, but it is not always easy. Sometimes I can speak very well, and sometimes I get stuck. I know what I want to say in my mind, but the words do not come out clearly. At those times, I feel a little nervous or shy. I pause, I think hard, and I try to find the right word. When this happens, my teacher always helps me. My teacher fills in the blank for me. This support makes me feel safe and encouraged, and it helps me grow little by little every day. When I speak in class, I often start my sentence with confidence. For example, I may say, "Yesterday I went to the," and then suddenly my mind goes empty. I forget the English word for the place I want to say. I stop and think. I look at my teacher, and my teacher understands right away. My teacher looks at me kindly and says, "Supermarket," or "library," or "park." When I hear the correct word, I smile and nod. I feel happy because I can finish my sentence with my teacher's help. This experience teaches me that making mistakes or forgetting words is not something bad. It is part of learning. Every time I forget a word and my teacher fills in the blank, I remember the word better the next time. My teacher does not laugh at me or make me feel embarrassed. Instead, my teacher encourages me. That encouragement gives me more courage to keep speaking. Sometimes when I cannot say the word in English, I try to describe it. For example, if I forget the word umbrella, I may say, "the thing we use when it rains." My teacher listens carefully, understands me, and then fills in the blank. "Ah, you mean umbrella." At that moment, I learn two things. First, I learn the correct word. Second, I learn that I can communicate even if I forget the exact word. My teacher's help makes me realize that communication is about expressing meaning, not just about using perfect words. In group activities, this support is even more important. When I work with my classmates, I sometimes stop in the middle of a sentence. I look at my teacher for help. My teacher quickly fills in the blank, and then I continue speaking. This makes me feel that I am not alone in learning. My teacher is like a guide who walks beside me, helping me take one step after another. The way my teacher helps me also builds my confidence. If my teacher always gave me the answer right away, I might not learn to think on my own. But my teacher is wise. Sometimes my teacher waits a little before giving me the word. This waiting time allows me to try harder to remember. If I still cannot, then my teacher fills in the blank. In this way, I learn to push myself while also knowing that help is always there when I truly need it. I remember one day we were talking about daily routines. I wanted to say, I brush my teeth in the morning, but I forgot the word teeth. I said, "I brush my," and then I stopped. My teacher looked at me and asked kindly, "Do you mean teeth?" I nodded quickly and the whole class smiled. That simple moment stayed in my memory. From then on, I never forgot the word teeth. This is the power of a teacher filling in the blank. It makes a small mistake turn into a strong memory. My teacher's help also teaches me patience. Sometimes I get frustrated with myself because I cannot find the right words quickly. I feel like I should already know everything. But my teacher reminds me that learning a language takes time. My teacher's gentle way of filling in the blank shows me that mistakes are normal and every student makes them. What matters is that I keep trying. Another good thing is that my teacher does not just give me the word and stop there. Often, after filling in the blank, my teacher will make me repeat the whole sentence with a new word. This practice makes my brain remember better. For example, if I say, I want to drink, and then forget the word juice, my teacher fills in juice. Then my teacher asks me, can you say the whole sentence again? I say, I want to drink juice. By repeating it, the word sticks in my memory more strongly. Over time, I have noticed that I need less and less help. At first, my teacher had to fill in many blanks for me every day. But as I listen and practice, I begin to remember more words myself. My sentences become smoother. Still, I know that if I get stuck, my teacher will always be there to guide me. This safety net makes me brave enough to speak more often. My teacher's role in filling in the blanks also shows me the importance of kindness in teaching. A teacher is not only someone who gives knowledge, but also someone who supports and encourages students. When my teacher helps me, I feel cared for. I feel that my learning is important. This makes me want to study harder, not just for myself, but also to make my teacher proud. In life, we all face moments when we cannot find the right words, even in our own language. It is normal. But in a second language, the challenge is even greater. That is why teachers who fill in the blanks play such an important role. They do not just supply missing words, they build bridges. They connect our ideas with the language we are still learning. They make communication possible and enjoyable. I think about the future. One day, I may become very fluent in English. Maybe I will not need my teacher to fill in the blanks anymore. But I will always remember these moments of help. They will remind me of my learning journey, of my struggles, and of the patient teacher who stood by my side. And maybe in the future, when I help someone else learn, I will also fill in the blanks for them with the same kindness and patience. In conclusion, learning English is not only about grammar and vocabulary. It is also about courage, patience, and support. When I have a little trouble saying something, my teacher fills in the blank for me. This small action means a lot. It helps me continue speaking, it teaches me new words, and it gives me confidence. Most importantly, it shows me that I am not alone in my learning journey. Every blank that my teacher fills is like a step that brings me closer to fluency. And for that, I am deeply grateful. My teacher fills in the blank when I struggle in English. Learning English is like building a long bridge step by step. Each new word, each new sentence, and each new conversation adds another plank to the bridge. Sometimes the bridge feels strong, and I walk across with confidence. But sometimes there are small gaps, little holes where I cannot remember the right word or expression. At those moments, I stop, unsure of how to go forward. Then my teacher steps in and fills in the blank for me. This simple act may look small, but it carries so much meaning. It teaches me that I do not have to fear mistakes, because help is always near. When I first started learning English, I thought I had to be perfect. If I made a mistake, I felt embarrassed. If I forgot a word, I wanted to stop talking. But my teacher showed me another way. One day, I was trying to tell a story about cooking dinner. I wanted to say vegetables, but I forgot the word. I said, I cooked rice and. I stopped feeling nervous. My teacher smiled and said, vegetables? I laughed, nodded, and continued, "Yes, rice and vegetables." At that moment, I realized something powerful. I do not have to stop speaking when I forget a word. I can keep going because my teacher will fill in the blank. This support changes the way I think about learning. Instead of silence, I choose courage. Instead of giving up, I try harder. Knowing that my teacher will help me gives me the freedom to practice. Even if I forget, I am not stuck forever. My teacher is like a safety net in a circus, there to catch me when I fall, so I can climb higher without fear. This support changes the way I think about learning. Instead of silence, I choose courage. Instead of giving up, I try harder. Knowing that my teacher will help me gives me the freedom to practice. Even if I forget, I am not stuck forever. My teacher is like a safety net in a circus, there to catch me when I fall, so I can climb higher without fear. Every blank that my teacher fills becomes a lesson. For example, once I wanted to say, "I need a new notebook," but I forgot the word notebook. I said, "I need a new," and stopped. My teacher filled in the blank, notebook. I repeated, "I need a new notebook." Later that day, I wrote the word in my own notebook many times. Because of that moment, I never forgot the word again. This shows me that mistakes are not failures. They are doors to learning. Sometimes my teacher does not give me the word immediately. Instead, my teacher gives me clues. For example, if I forget the word window, my teacher may point to the window or say, "It's the glass part of the wall." Then I remember and say it myself. This method helps me learn to think more deeply. It teaches me that filling in the blank is not only about giving answers, but also about guiding me to find them on my own. There are times when I feel shy in front of classmates. If I stop in the middle of a sentence, I worry they will laugh at me. But my teacher makes the class atmosphere kind and supportive. When my teacher fills in the blank, everyone learns together. Sometimes my classmates also forget words, and I hear the teacher help them too. This shows me that all students face the same challenges. I am not alone. We are all walking the same road, and our teacher is leading us forward. One of the most valuable lessons I have learned is patience. Filling in blanks takes time. Sometimes I pause for many seconds before my teacher helps me. In those seconds, I practice patience with myself. I learn that it is okay to think slowly. Fluency does not come in one day. It grows little by little. Each blank my teacher fills is like water for a plant, helping me grow stronger and more confident. I remember a funny story from class. I wanted to say I like to eat noodles, but I forgot the word noodles. I said I like to eat long, thin, soft things. The whole class laughed, including me. My teacher smiled and said gently, "Noodles." We all repeated the word together. That day, I learned not only a word, but also the joy of learning through mistakes. My teacher's help turned an awkward pause into a happy memory. Sometimes when I get help, I repeat the new word many times in my head. Later, I practice it again at home. I may write a short story or sentence using the word. In this way, the blanks my teacher fills become treasures that I carry with me. They are no longer empty spaces. They are filled with knowledge and confidence. As time passes, I notice that I need fewer blanks filled. At the beginning, I depended on my teacher a lot. But now, because of all the practice and support, I can finish more sentences on my own. This makes me proud. It shows me that learning is truly a journey from dependence to independence. My teacher is like a bridge builder who slowly teaches me to build my own bridge. I also realize that filling in blanks is not only about words, it is about building trust. I trust my teacher because I know that whenever I am lost, my teacher will guide me. That trust makes me open my mouth to speak, even if I am unsure. If I did not have that trust, I might stay silent. But because of my teacher's kindness, I feel safe to take risks. This lesson will stay with me for life. In the future, I may face other situations where I cannot find the right words, not only in English, but also in other areas of life. Maybe I will have to explain an idea at work, but I forget an important detail. Maybe I will be talking with friends, but I cannot think of an example. In those moments, I will remember how my teacher filled in the blank for me. I will remember that it is okay to ask for help and that learning is a shared experience. Someday, I hope I can help others in the same way. If I meet someone who is learning English and they stop in the middle of a sentence, I want to be like my teacher. I want to smile, listen, and fill in the blank kindly. I want to encourage them, just as I was encouraged. Teaching is not only about giving knowledge, it is about giving courage. In conclusion, when I have a little trouble speaking English, my teacher fills in the blank for me. This action is small but powerful. It helps me learn new words, gives me confidence, and teaches me patience. It shows me that mistakes are part of learning, not something to be afraid of. With each blank my teacher fills, my bridge of English becomes stronger. I am deeply thankful for my teacher's support, and I know that one day I will walk across the bridge confidently, carrying all the lessons I learned along the way.